It doesn't, but it would be nice. But Isabel is going to be great with the fishing rod because it goes through attacks. So that's actually going to be really fantastic. So she can land that. That'll actually be really helpful.
So this team is 2 characters that just kind of take up a lot of space against 2 characters that kind of really brawl up close. You know, definitely Isabel and Inkling more about the just kind of taking up space on the stage and nickel and diming you to death. But King K. Rool going to be the big boy here with trying to do big hits. I will say, we were watching this team earlier. WaDi and Boss are both very well-known, excellent players. Certainly their opponents are no slouch this game as well, Fastcree and F.O.E, but this team, it makes me scared watching these 2 much smaller characters against these 2.
I have to say, Isabel is actually a pretty good choice in this case because King K. Rool is going to be going for a lot of the aerials, but because her recovery only makes it pop a balloon for every hit, that's going to work on someone who's just like a one-hit kind of guy. So that's going to actually work really well against them. They can manage to combo that together. Oh, almost landed that gyroid. That actually was very impressive.
Now, what I saw there is that WaDi kind of got a free pass to go back on the stage, and what we saw a lot in our last match is momentum against this team is dependent heavily on how well you are at taking K. Rool's stocks before he gets out of hand. This character, like, Rage is a little bit weaker in this game, but you don't want to let WaDi live with a character this powerful as long as he is, because like you said, he went to the he went to the bottom of the screen there, and he doesn't die for that kind of reckless action.
Oh, there we go. Fishing rod, boom.
Dr. Mario, more of the brawler of the 2. He doesn't get to take up the off stage as much, but I don't know if you've also seen that his down B is pretty incredible in this game. If you do a combo that is fake, you can expect Dr. Mario to spin in your face and send you into the middle of nowhere.
I gotta say, Isabel's really holding her own. Like, whenever she's left on her own, it's just like, it's impressive because it's just,
yeah. The only
such a small character, yet she's just like 1, 2, 3 people.
The only thing that I'm seeing is that they're starting to lose a little bit of the advantage, and I think the problem is that while Isabel is keeping them from getting really far ahead, but when she's left alone, she's not influencing, she's not giving them enough positive momentum to really take stocks. That said, still relatively close to even. WaDi working on out on his stock. He'd survived to about 160 last time. I'd say that unless he really manages to not take the most powerful kill moves, we'll probably see him dying around that range, so fairly soon. Also has a little bit of ink on him now, although I believe
like
that's
how,
only percentage.
Fast used that pot to do it right on the ledge to throw it off the ledge. Very, very smart. Oh, ended up accidentally throwing. Oh, a nice up smash.
That fishing rod right there, buying him out a little bit of time while the and then taking care of the Dr. Mario was definitely really good. But okay, taking the stock, that was very important. Isabel definitely really good at taking up space, but does not want to put up with the 2v1. She really does not have the capacity to fight the characters point blank.
Yeah, I gotta say, great for 2v2, but yeah, just like you said, 1v1, she's gonna struggle because she.
Well, 2v1 even worse, I think.
Yeah. That
character just needs to occupy more space than she can keep against 2 characters.
I think it'll improve for her if they ever improve the little jab she has, because it seems like there's too much space between each of her hits.
Yeah.
And like for it to be that weak, it honestly should have a better, you know, rapid. Something like Pikachu's where it's just a rapid thing.
Perhaps.
It may not hurt a lot, but like really keeps them in. Ooh, nice play there with the Inkling. Inkling managed to knock Isabel out of that little down thing.
All right, now we got Isabel out of here, and we're gonna get into 2v1 situation. There's no platforms to really like make the 2v1 situation very oppressive. It's gonna be harder for them to like really box the opponent into the ledge here, but definitely not a good space for him here. If he doesn't take out this dock very, very quickly, man, that cannonball is kind of scary too, because if he just launches it over the shorter character's head like Dr. Mario there, so there's no ability to fight Dr. Mario in the air. All right.
Oh.
Getting boxed out, this heavyweight with projectiles, zoning him out.
Yeah, he definitely should.
Fortunately, Inkling's up B is pretty, got pretty good vertical recovery, so even without the jump, able to get under there after the air dodge.
Good throw of that grenade. Definitely helped him.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, Getting K. Rool off the stage not going to matter if he can't take the stock there. One person on this team's got to die if he wants to stand a chance here. And right now these pills are putting in a little bit of work. Back on stage, but there it is.
Up smash.
Up smash is an uppercut.
Up tilt.
Up tilt?
That was.
Yeah, I was going to say. I
looked like up tilt because he did the little jump spin.
Honestly, it looks a lot like Little Mac's new KO punch animation, which is a little unusual. But King K. Rool kind of also, everybody wants to do the Shoryuken on the ground right here.
Well, I guess he got his doctorate in how to do an uppercut.
All right, so they're going to go to Kalos this time. Stage is kind of interesting. I'll tell you what the main thought I've had, having played on Kalos a couple times, is it's not very relevant in this matchup, but you don't really want to run into Kalos if your opponent has a big forward air sword. That platform is basically no different than nothing to stand on at all. You're very, very pressured at the ledge on that stage.
Yeah.
All right, WaDi starting it off with just trying to gain a little bit of space. He needs to go pick up his crown at some point, or perhaps he'll just box for a little while without it. But he gets his crown back.
Ooh, nice. Getting him out of that grab.
Yellow team kind of like going in a little bit more, coordinating to really kind of gang up on somebody. Oh, no. But Isabel's got the good upbeat.
Isabel's got it. Oh, man. Dr. Mario was getting juggled there for a second.
Keep that crown away from that man. Don't let the heavyweight have projectiles.
And she just pocketed this crown. Oh man.
I believe he still gets another crown back, even if it's been pocketed.
Yeah, it's gonna just take a moment.
That was pretty excellent.
He's just gonna have to deal with that horrendous bald spot.
I was a little worried if that setup had cost his teammate his stock by sending the bomb down there, but Isabel came back no problem. We're able to take the first stock off of WaDi. Very important.
Now, one advantage that a lot of people probably aren't thinking about with picking the small characters is that it gives you the advantage of, like, when a big character is trying to make an attack, of accidentally hitting a teammate because you're so close to the teammate. So that is one good advantage to having small characters, is you're able to then just keep it, like, controlled on where you're wanting to hit, while the big character might be struggling. Ooh, wow, that combo. Dr. Mario's down air threw Isabel right into that forward smash. Man, Isabel.
Oh, there we go. That was. I like that both of them went out there to make sure that they finished off WaDi there. I think they realized a little bit after the first game. Perhaps they talked this over, but making sure that they take these stocks so that WaDi can't just soak all their offense. Very important to keep their momentum going. Like, this team kind of has the issue of when do we actually secure the kill. You know, we're both really strong in neutral, but making sure that they work together. And I think deciding that their priority target was WaDi was a good choice going into game 2.
Oh, nice.
All right, so roughly even here. We both got two stock, one stock on both teams.
Yep. Isabel's doing a very good, oh, wow.
All right.
The speak of the devil.
Dr. Mario very strong. Both of these characters very strong.
Yep.
And WaDi kind of got boxed out there by projectiles for a little while. When they team up to bully him together, they really get somewhere kind of quick, which is what I feel like they were lacking a little bit in the game 1. But can't really easily mess with that recovery when he goes in. Even Isabel with the slingshot wasn't able to deal with that a pretty amazing upbeat, frankly.
Yeah, but the plus side is the amount of distance she got after the balloons popped let her grab the ledge, and then Dr. Mario was stuck there, and now he's stuck on his own.
So yeah, now Dr. Mario in the 2v1 situation. And now that said, well, Inkling's still at a very low percent, but I would say that it's not too much of a reach. If he can get advantage, Isabel, he can probably kill fairly soon. But as a result, they're probably going to keep the Inkling on point as much as they can. Yeah, get a little bit of oh, that was dangerous. I thought for sure that slingshot had sniped out the jump on Dr. Mario there, but didn't lose it there. Important thing to note that you might have noticed if you just blinked a minute ago. The trump mechanics were changed in this game. All right, there we go. Yellow team taking it back, so we got 1-1 situation here. But trumping has changed in this game. Now, when you are in a trump situation, you no longer go to the same spot reliably every time. The trumped character is allowed to DI quite a large distance. You can pretty much just force your character back onto the stage when you've been trumped. So it is no longer really a guaranteed situation. If you surprise your opponent, you'll often still get it. But you need to be careful a little bit, because if you put your opponent back on stage, the ledge situation might not have worked out for you very well.
Yeah. Especially with characters that have down smashes that reach below the ledge.
Yes.
I've had, Wolf's does that, and I've had it where several people like recover and then think they're safe, and then I quickly run up, down smash, and then basically that's it.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote. So, well, they're sticking with their characters, and now we're on Smashville with a moving platform.
I think this is definitely, this definitely makes sense as a counter pick. Maybe they didn't scout, the yellow team didn't scout this out with their stage ban, but this team that red team is using is really going to pressure these yellow team's characters a lot more on this stage. They just simply do not have the space to kind of bully out with the projectiles that they were doing so well with on Kalos.
But as a result, we've actually seen Fast be like extremely aggressive with Isabel this time around. She's like pushing inward on those slingshots. Instead of like spacing out, she's just like getting right up in their face with it.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's not necessarily a terrible strategy. The slingshot is much more powerful, even her forward air slingshot, when you're very close to Isabel. Which is certainly a difference from Villager, if you're familiar with him in Smash 4.
Yeah.
Villager's primary slingshot for power was always back air. Isabel doesn't quite have that problem as long as you're willing to get close.
Oh, that stage spike.
Right.
Did you see that?
Yeah. One stock each team down. But Isabel, maybe not long for this world. I think either of these characters get a good hit in on her and she'll be dead.
Oh, very nice play there by the Inkling. Got Isabel right out of that grab that would have been very dangerous. At a high percent like that, she probably wouldn't have been able to mash out by the time he got a forward smash off. So,
yeah,
very good.
Did get the, but WaDi did settle for the forward tilt just to get a little bit of extra damage, and then was still able to punish the Inkling for his efforts.
Yeah. Fast is doing an excellent job getting up close and getting those shots in with the slingshot. I'm definitely impressed.
And you can see both of the red team covered in ink right now. That might be part of the strategy for this team, is just that, you know, you take more percent when you're covered in the ink.
Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
Got that down throw and put Isabel.
So we're both at 2 stocks. WaDi's probably at the end of his second stock, but as we've seen, if you don't actually kill King K. Rool and you don't cover his offstage with a very dedicated effort, he will come back. Yep. This character's recovery is excellent.
And the best part, too, is his up B has that damage that happens above it.
Yeah.
So if you can't just spike him or anything, you have to actually actively go after him and hit him from the side.
WaDi at a whopping 200%. He's still living. There we go.
Even that neutral air was just enough to kill him, man.
Very important. Our stock count still even. Probably have... F.O.E probably going to want to... Oh, okay. I was going to say, F.O.E really probably... Yeah, share a stock. Very important. Now, see, neither of the red team is, like, really looking in super danger. Oh, well, he's certainly off stage. Very dangerous. He's just going to have to keep up being, because I don't believe he has a jump. But, all right, Dr. Mario kept him box to the edge, so he was able to land hard on stage. Yeah. Ideally, F.O.E wants to get one of these characters, one or both of these characters cornered and covered in ink, so that this kind of nickel and dime strategy the yellow team's been using can rack up more reasonable damage. But Isabel not long for this.
Oh, it seems like the crowd's cheering for Isabel. I gotta say, for like small little doggo, she is lasting. Very impressive.
Yeah, 146. Needs to be careful, though. Does not really want to get hit by any reasonable move with these characters. Tried to go for the spike. Not sure about that one. It's very hard to fight through that propeller. Both rooted.
Ooh, up smash, too. Nice.
All right, and we're back in a 2v1 situation, but either of these characters could die in a heartbeat. So it's hard to say if we'll keep it that way. Isabel didn't quite die to the nair, but I couldn't blame you if you thought she did. New balloon knockback is definitely going to be a little bit hard for us to tell when the kills come out. There we go. All right. Now Isabel in a dangerous situation. She will have to box out this this dock for quite a while. I don't think she even wants to get grabbed at this percent.
Oh,
Yep, or nair, very powerful. Fortunately, got the knockback in the other direction that time, but one more of those. There we go.
Oh,
right.
Or was that back air?
That was back air.
That was back air.
Boss and WaDi taking the set, repping the MDV